Hello everyone, this is George from Minimap. This is the second episode of Minimap Weekly News for third week of July 2024. I hope everyone is having a great day and a week. For me, I've been having a rather busy week. But I guess this means I get to be involved in lots of projects or tasks, and I'd rather be busy than slow and boring. Also, it is rainy season and it has been raining all day for the past few days, and I honestly hate it. I'm not a big fan of rains because I have to, put on my umbrella whenever I go outside, and whenever I have to take my daughter to the daycare, I have like no hands available. So, but anyways, I guess it could be a good thing for some of you guys. So let's dive into what has happening in Minimap. So first up is our poll. So for the poll this week, the question was, what would you do if you can't use your electronic devices for a week? First of all, if we don't have any electronic devices, it would be terrible. We would probably all panic. I wouldn't know what to do without my phone or my laptop or my iPad and stuff like that. But it could be a good thing, I guess, to stay away from these devices. And I actually had a friend or a Minimap user who told me that she did this thing where she was offline. Like, for example, she wasn't online. She committed to be offline for an entire week. So she wasn't online. She wasn't using any of the Instagrams or any of the social networking services. Or she wasn't on Discord. She wasn't playing any, multiplayer games. Maybe she played some single player game. I don't know about that, but But she said it was a great experience, actually, being away from all these simultaneous, things that's happening every single day and all these news and everything like that. So I guess it could be a good thing. And I gave you guys four options for this questions. Sleep all day, read all day, go outside. Would be completely lost. So I think this is a very, very simple question for me. It's easy for me to answer this question. I am definitely going with number one option, going to sleep all day. As a matter of fact, I could probably sleep all week. And if you guys haven't chosen number one option, sleep all day, then you guys are very, very lucky, because that means you guys are having enough sleep every day, which I don't. I'm always tired from parenting and working and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, so that was very easy. For those of you who chose read all day, very productive, go outside all day, productive, would be completely lost. That's also would be me too. So I guess it could be kind of like going back to the 90s or 80s. I mean, they did have TVs and stuff like that, but usually they don't have any cell phones, meaning everyone just after school they just go outside and play in the playground or meet up with friends and just walk around and stuff. So that's what I used to do, at least. So I guess it could be going over that phase all over again if we have a chance to be away from our electronic devices for a whole week. But I think from looking at the statistics, 43% of the people said go sleeping all day, meaning that I am the majority of this poll. So I think that was a good question. And next up we have the question of the day, QOTD. So the question for this week was, what is a game that you fell asleep while playing? So I guess I asked this question because in terms of two perspectives, I guess. First, a boring game. If you play a boring game, obviously you fall asleep. But second, if you feel tired, it doesn't matter what kind of game you're going to play, because no matter what game you play, you're going to be falling asleep, which is exactly the case for me. So I honestly have a bunch of these games because these days I'm so tired, and any game that I even try or attempt to play after 10 p.m., I'm falling asleep in 10 minutes. Really doesn't matter what kind of game it is. But personally, I haven't been able to play a lot of PC or platform games for a while, or console games for a while. So I've been just playing a little bit of mobile games recently because I didn't have time, like I said. And I've been playing, Wild Rift and Hearthstone. Those are the two games that I'm playing these days. I mean, Hearthstone, I've been a player since like 2015, so it's been like almost 10 years, I think. But anyways, I've definitely had like a case where I just fell asleep while playing. I mean, for Hearthstone, it's okay because I'm just the only player, I guess, for the game. So if I lose, I lose. But like for Wild Rift, sorry, team members, if I just did a AFK on you guys because, or AF, I don't know, it's not keyboard, but I don't know. Anyways, sorry guys, I really apologize. But hey, it sometimes happens, and they do like give punishment for me. Like if I do like away from keyboard, then they say like it takes like 5 minutes. I have to wait 5 minutes to play one game or something like that, like to be matched with one game. So I got my punishment, but sorry guys. So I think for this question, a lot of people would choose a lot of RPG games because they're like some instances where you have to do like repetitive tasks to complete a quest or level up or try to grind for getting like good item and stuff like that. But I haven't read all the posts that you guys have left, so I'm just gonna read all the posts that you guys have left. Let's see what kind of game comes out for this week's QOTD. Okay, first, Jabo says, Halls of Torment. Not that it's boring in any way. I love this game, but if I ever have trouble falling asleep, I can fire up a 30-minute round and dozing off about halfway through. Not sure if it's a nostalgic graphics, the ambience, the music, who knows? Okay, we all have those games that help us, fall asleep. Next, we have Chibi Fox. One of the games I have fallen asleep to, funny enough, is also one of my favorite games, and that game is Minecraft. Yep. I mean, Hearthstone is one of my favorite mobile games, at least, or if you consider it a mobile game, but obviously it's the one game that I fall asleep a lot. So one day I was playing with my friends on survival on update 1.13.0, and I got tired, and since I was hosting, I didn't want to ruin it for my friends, so I kept the server running when I woke up about 6 hours later. Oh my gosh. So you just like completely dozed off. Like for example, like for me, whenever I just fall asleep playing a game, I usually wake up in like a couple hours or something, but you actually had like a whole night's sleep. And had left the server to go do various things. Oh, later, my friends had left the server to go various things and weren't coming back to play. Okay, were they pissed? Oh, he said they did send a lot of nice messages and stuff when I checked the chat log. So you have good friends then. They probably thought you fell asleep or something like that, so they just left without saying mean things. That's good. Next, Octorus says, The Exit 8. Oh, I know this game. The Exit 8. On the Nintendo Switch, you are underground on a subway station. You are supposed to find the exit. No music, barely no sounds. I am walking around in circles, the same corridors. Everything looked the same, wasting my time, getting bored, falling asleep. Yeah, this is awesome. Yeah, I know this game. I think the purpose of this game is to find the real exit, number 8, I guess. And you have to do a lot of repetitive work for this matter because you're basically trying to find the exit of a maze. And I've never played this, but I've seen a lot of people play it on like YouTube and Twitch and stuff like that. So that's good. Next we have Greginski, I hope I pronounced your name correctly. I play video games in bed at night on portable devices. This is me. This is definitely me. Or cell phone counts as a portable device, right? Okay, anyways. So falling asleep is classic. I usually play Forza until my eyes start shutting by themselves, but my most epic falling asleep story is when I was doing my very first platinum run on a WWE game. You had to win a 100-player battle royale. There was a simple workaround for this trophy, and it was to enter the fight dead last. You had to wait like 99 minutes before joining the fight. Oh my gosh. I'm falling asleep in like 2 minutes. I literally fell asleep around the 20th fighter and woke up to having my ass kicked in the adrenaline kicked, and it was a pretty easy game. Turned the tide of the fight like a real WWE fight. It cleared the ring, the get my first plat. Awesome timing. Okay, so I guess if you have to actually ever wait for playing the actual game, you obviously get bored. I mean, some people I know, like, I know Faker does this a lot, but like whenever he's waiting for the match to begin, he just plays like another game. So I guess you can play like a mini game with another device if you have it. But I guess it's a little bit difficult if you're playing on like console, unless you can have like little time for playing some mobile game or any other portable devices, stuff like that. But like Gruginski said, Gorginski usually uses portal. He played it, or Gorginski played it on portable device, meaning that he didn't have any other choices. Anyways, next we have Street Rat. I think our actual nickname is STRE3TRAT. I think he meant Street Rat. I don't know. But he said, or Street Rat said, Runes of Magic and Final Fantasy VII are the only games I've fallen asleep to. Too much playtime. Oh, okay. So these games tend to require players to be playing a lot of minutes and hours into the game. So I guess you can kind of get bored and fall asleep. I understand that. Next, we have Suburban Hell. I was tired the weekend my best friend and I rented Gran Turismo 2, fully intending to stay up all weekend and beat it, but after a long week, I passed out around 3 a.m. with the controller in my hand. Good times. Yep, this definitely happens. This happens to a lot of people, I think, because or for me too, like, we in Korea, the PC cafes are very, very popular, and I used to do a lot of, play games all night with my friends. But now if I just go there, I would just fall asleep. I try to play for like an hour or two, and then in the middle of it, I just like fell asleep or something. So we all have those passion and, confidence before we actually get into the all night or all weekend gaming situation, but it's kind of difficult these days, especially if you get older. Next, we have Jaluna. Pretty sure I once fell asleep playing a Harvest Moon game when I was sick. That or Animal Crossing. Not sure which in general, but... Oh, also pretty sure I fell asleep playing one of the Pokemon handheld games, too. Okay, so I guess Animal Crossing, I wasn't into it too much, but like Animal Crossing requires you to do repetitive tasks, meaning you are kind of guaranteed to fall asleep. And also it is a so-called healing game where you're supposed to feel like, peaceful and serene while playing it. So I guess it kind of adds to the mood of the game too. Next we have Ulfi saying Monster Hunter Wilds, the hack series. The music is hypnotizing. Yep. Background music and soundtracks are so crucial, like I said last week too. They're very crucial because depending on the background music or soundtracks, we as a player have a completely different experience into playing the game. So yeah, and if the music is hypnotizing, obviously it's gonna get you right into sleep. Next we have JT Games, Cyberpunk 2077. I was playing this at night to stay awake while my newborn at the time would sleep on me. She would never sleep in her crib, so this was the option for us both to get some sleep on alternating schedules. I remember waking up, newborn was okay, or I wouldn't be telling the story, okay, thank God, and seeing that I failed a quest because I didn't do something since I fell asleep. Never thought I would fall asleep to this game, but it was the original 2020 build of it. This happened to me too. Like when my daughter was very young, when she was newborn, we took turns. Like my wife and I would take turns to, put my baby to sleep. And whenever it was my turn, I tried to play Hearthstone a little bit, but I kind of got bored. So I watched a lot of like animations, like anime, a lot of Japanese animations, or a lot of Netflix series too, like the ones that I held off to. Because I didn't have enough time, I just watched them, and then I just held my baby. And then obviously I fell asleep because you deprive you lack you lack sleep when the baby's newborn. Yeah. Next we have Guy KS says Animal Crossing New Horizons, Pokemon on purpose. They help calm my mind, like some people read before bed. This is exactly what I said before. Like Jaluna said, Animal Crossing and Pokemon. I guess they are supposed to help calm your mind and help you feel peaceful, serene, quiet. I don't know. And Fallout 4 and Star Trek Online on accident. Okay, so these were not on purpose then. Yeah, I mean, Fallout 4 I know is a good game. Star Trek Online, I haven't played it, but I know it's a pretty good game too. Next we have Zach Rack. He says, no matter how awake I am, this game puts me asleep. Too slow for me. And then wrote or attached Valorant. I tried Valorant too. It wasn't for me either. Like, I tried to play it, but it was too difficult, I guess. I used to be a heavy Overwatch player, but it was very, very different from Overwatch. At first, I thought it was going to be like another Overwatch, so how hard could it be? But then when I played it, it required so much more skill, and it was just wasn't for me. So, yeah. But I mean, it's a good game. I know it's getting its popularity, especially in the Asian region too. Next, we have Hunter Dragoon X saying, I pretty regularly fall asleep playing games because I don't always have time to squeeze them in during the day. Too many to choose one. Adulthood sucks. Yep, this exactly happened to me. This is me. Yep. Or all adults, probably, especially parents. Ghost of Mitchburg said, I genuinely don't believe I've ever fallen asleep while gaming. Games are usually so much more engaging than watching something like a TV show or movie. That being said, I have played some games that make me tired. RPGs, with lengthy dialogues tend to make me sleepy. I've played a number of Final Fantasy games and can never finish because the pacing just isn't my style. Yeah. RPGs, especially if they are very, immersive, narrative, the ones where, you have to read thoroughly of all dialogues or understand certain settings or backgrounds of the game, those ones tend to kind of make you fall sleepy. I mean, if you get into it, obviously it's really great because RPGs are played because of the great storytelling and stuff like that, but some games can have shorter dialogues or character engagement and stuff like that. But yeah, I believe so too. Next we have Nintendo Chuck Norris says, there are a few actually. Okay, the ones I recall falling asleep playing were Digimon World 3, Super Mario RPG, Diddy Kong Racing, and Harvest Moon Animal Parade. It's probably because I used to drink a lot of caffeine and crashed. Okay, so you probably drank a lot of caffeine or coffee, probably, to stay awake during the day, and then at nighttime you try to play a game and you just crashed. This happens too. I mean, I am also a pretty heavy caffeine drinker too. Next, we have Dude Large Pants saying, I have a bad habit of starting new games just before I go to bed, so there's been a lot. But a game that genuinely puts me to sleep was Red Dead Redemption 2. It's so boring. Red Dead RDR2, I know, has great story. I haven't played the entire game yet, but I've watched a lot of storytelling or summary of the story, whatever. It is a very immersive story into it, and I really liked it. But I guess it could be a little bit lengthy to understand the whole thing, so I guess it could put you to sleep. So that was the case for Dude Large Pants. All right, thank you everyone for sharing these great stories. I really do appreciate it, like you guys know. Wait for the next QOTD. I already put up the next QOTD. QOTD for next week is, what is your go-to snack while playing a video game or while playing a game? So to give you a little bit of a teaser, I like eating chips when I play games because they're very convenient. If you're actually trying to eat actual food, like for example hot dog, pizza, hamburger, I don't know, whatever, it's just like they're so greasy and like you have to wipe your hands, go wash your hands in the middle of playing games. So I like convenience stuff, short and simple. So yeah, I hope you guys actually write a lot of stories on your go-to snack this week. All right. Next we have the hot topics. This week we all have 3 hot topic selectees, and I would like to read all of them. First, I have Glitch AFK tagged Fallout 4. Great game, great story to this day. I still find it very entertaining, although we can probably all agree that the graphics aren't great. I mean, it's an old game. But in all honesty, that doesn't really matter to me. A couple issues I've had with the game, it doesn't always run smoothly. I've had multiple instances where I was in the middle of a really, really great part and the game just freezes, stops working. Worst case scenario, I didn't save it. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. But all in all, pretty good game. Yep, I really, really hate it when this actually is probably the same for, not just for games, but like for work-related stuff, that's why you have to always remember to save before you exit or, turn off your computer, whatever. And I think recently I played a JRPG game where it doesn't do like auto saves, those mini auto saves. So I didn't know that. So I just ignored all the saving points and I died and went back to where I was an hour ago. So that was terrible. But anyways, always remember to save, and always save whenever you have an opportunity. Okay, it's a good tip when playing games. Next we have Kyoto Walt saying or hashtag Power Wash Simulator, the game name. What did they inject into this game? The Tetris crack. I've been addicted to this game so bad it isn't funny. It's so soothing for whatever reason. Yep, we all have those games where we're just so addicted to the games. And I guess it was Power Wash Simulator was one for you. That's great. Last one I would like to read is from TTV Ailey. With Pac-Man Fever is the game. Would play this all the time with my family and had such great memories of this game. Love the mini games and the map layouts. Hopefully I will get to play this game again one day. It's always good to play games with family. I mean, my parents never played game ever. I don't think they will ever play a game. But, I used to play a lot of games with my brother. He's really good at playing games, especially League of Legends, Overwatch, all those, StarCraft, all those games he would just dominate. But, whenever I start a game, he would follow. So in the beginning phase, I could beat him because I'm the one who started in the beginning. So I would enjoy that moment. And then after a month or two, he just dominates. So some good old times. And also we used to have only one computer in my house. And you know how that goes. If the two brothers want to play a game with one computer, usually the older one or the bigger ones get to play more. Apologize, my brother. I was the older one, so yeah, I still owe him for that. I used to just whenever he's on the computer, I would just kick him out or something, push him away, saying "Yo, I'm gonna play, move." And he has no power whatsoever because he used to be smaller than I am. So sorry for that. Anyways, yeah. So thank you for sharing those great stories for those. Next, we have the recommended reviews. I should have music or background music for each section or something recommended reviews, dun dun dun, or something like that. That'd be awesome. If you guys have any ideas or an MP4 file or whatever, please send it through me. Okay, I'd like to read 3 recommended reviews. I can't read all of them because they're very, very long. Some of them are a whole 1-page essay, I would say, or more than a page essay. So I'm just gonna read couple phrases or paragraphs. Sorry. So first one I would like to introduce you is the Pixel Ties game review on Senua Saga Hellblade. Okay. He gave 3.5 out of 5. He played about 7 hours and 3 minutes. He finished it. Senua Saga Hellblade 2 is a dazzling feast for the senses and an entertaining piece of storytelling and technical achievement. It's good. Unfortunately, that's bad. It fails to build on its predecessor in any meaningful way, especially in its gameplay marred by lackluster puzzles and repetitive combat. I was the biggest fan of Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. While I appreciated how striking and innovative the graphics and audio designs were, I just didn't find it very fun. But I saw a lot of potential. I felt like if a sequel could add more interesting combat that evolves over time while maintaining the same level of audiovisual fidelity and immersion, Ninja Theory could have a real groundbreaking hit. Unfortunately, Hellblade 2 is not that. Okay, you just have to find his game review on to read the rest, because rest is another like 6-7 more paragraphs. Thank you for sharing your detailed review, Pixel Tie. I always appreciate that. But yeah, Hellblade, I know Hellblade 1 was also controversial because of the lack in the battles. I know, like the lack in actions, because it was basically like lots of cutscenes, plus you just moving around to like watch a movie or something like that. I mean, some people liked it, but some people didn't. They kind of demanded for it to have more like action. So there was a high expectation, or on the second one, but I guess it didn't do the job for Pixel Tie. I mean, people could have different opinions on a certain game, so we'll see. I haven't played it yet. All right, thank you for sharing. Next one I would like to share is Jupe for Real on What Remains of Edith Finch. Gave 4.0, finished it. Controls 4.5, graphics 3.5, sound 4.0, narrative 4.5. Let's see. What Remains of Edith Finch is a narrative-focused adventure game. As Edith, the player explores the Finch house and surrounding wilderness through a semi-linear series of rooms, footpaths, crawl spaces, and secret passages. Oh, it's from Wikipedia.org. It's from Wikipedia. Let me say this is one of the best games I've played in terms of one thing. This is one of the most relaxing games in known existence, if you ask me. It is also one of the shortest games I've ever played, 2.5 hours. Oh, and that is at a very slow and relaxed pace, which is also the only pace this game can actually be played at. This game looks good, sounds great, plays well, and the story is a sad one, a solid A for story/narrative. Good. I like it. I like these, story games where you have to reveal some of the secrets or hidden, I don't know, like background of the characters, or like what happened into this incident. Like, it feels like you're a detective or some sort. Yeah, it looks interesting. I mean, the cover image looks interesting. I definitely want to play it. And what's even better is the short playtime. Last one I would like to introduce is from Jay from HME. His game review is on Deathloop. Gave 3.0, finished it, played about 17 hours. Gave graphic 4.0, optimization 3.0, sound 4.5, narrative 3.0. So I guess the optimization and narrative are the two problems here. Much like the time loop presented in the game's title and story, Deathloop itself takes the player on a journey of repetition. Repetition in set pieces, repetition in puzzle solving, repetition in story beats. You get the idea. So everything is repetitive. I guess if I'm playing this game, I'm gonna fall asleep. While the idea of looping back to the same day to find hidden secret or ways to approach a target is filled with loads of potential, Deathloop ultimately falls short in its execution thanks to extremely linear environments and mission structure that refuses to let go of your hand. Okay, so I guess this game could kind of like be I don't know if you guys know this movie, but there's a movie called Memento where the guy has to find out what happened, and he has like short-term memory issue, so he like gets the tattoo of the things that he cannot remember. He knows that he will not remember, and then he kind of tracks back in time to see what actually happened in the beginning, and it's a very good movie. I think the movie was directed by Christopher Nolan. I think he was one of his like early pieces. But anyways, yeah. So I guess it has the similar vibe or the similar story for that. But it wasn't like laid out in a great way, I guess. Yeah. So I mean, I'll check into it, but I don't know if I'm going to be playing it. So yeah, thank you all for sharing game reviews. I appreciate everyone, not just these three guys, but like everyone who has been, leaving great game reviews. I actually read them a lot, and I know a lot of other Minimap users have been reading it, so that's good. Keep up the work. Thank you guys. Next, we have some sales news. Like I mentioned last week, you guys should make use of this section of the feed. So I'm just gonna read like 3 most recent ones, so you guys can get the deals that are presented in this sales section. First one was written by me, but I got this from another user, so thank you. I think I got it from a user named Nemesis. So thank you, Nemesis. He's in the Korean server, so I just translated it and then uploaded into the American server or North American server. Okay, the first one is 3 items are free on Steam during Steam Fighting Game Fest. I didn't know there was a Steam Fighting Game Fest was going on now until I read this post. So you can get 3 different things. Moving sticker, like moving avatar frames. And these are all free, so if you guys have a Steam account, just go get it. It's free. Basically, I also got it. You just click, and you get it for free. So go get it. Next news is from Zach Rack. If you have Amazon Prime from Prime Days, they are giving away some free games, including Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. Yeah, this game. Yeah. But anyways, yeah. If you have Amazon Prime, just go get it. It's for free, so free is good. Well, if you have Amazon Prime, you're basically paying for the service, but it's free, so you go get it. You have nothing to lose. Okay, then the next one we have is from... where'd he go? Oh, well, he's from Korean server, but I'm just going to read it for you because it's all free everywhere. From Katsunabe. Steam, there are some free games on Steam. Intravenous on Steam is a free game. Teeth-clenching stealth followed by tactical hardcore gunplay for those not looking for a quiet way in. Okay, I just read the game description from Steam. If you're interested in this game, go get it. It's free. Another one that is free is Sketch Crawler, which is a super creative deck-building roguelike RPG in which the doodlers rescue the king of cartoons from the evil plots. Okay, if you're interested, I'll go get these for free. And there are some games that are on sale during Steam Fighting Game Fest. So the first one I would like to tell you is the Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is 75% off. Next, Dragon Ball Fighter Z is also 84% off. I don't know how you get like these random numbers, like 84%. Where do you get the number? Like 75, I get it. 50, 90, 85. Anyways. Next, Guilty Gear Strive is 50% off. Soul Calibur 6 is 90% off, and For Honor is 85% off. So go get them. Yeah, and then I know Ubisoft is also having a store sale, so go check it out if you're interested in buying some Ubisoft games from them. All right, that's it for sale news. So I'm just gonna move on to the next one, Dragon's Diary. I didn't attend any interesting events or something, but I made a bunch of funny game meme videos. That's like a project that I've been working on recently because I know a lot. Who doesn't like funny memes? So go check it out on our YouTube or Instagram or TikTok page. I've been uploading a bunch of them, and I'm gonna be uploading a bunch of them until everyone sees it. So go check it out. And tomorrow I am going out to the street in busy streets of Korea and trying to do some interviews to people, to passengers, asking what games they're playing or what their favorite game is, stuff like that. Our Korean manager is doing the interview, and if the video is okay or if it's appropriate, then I will probably translate it, add some subtitles into it, and upload it to our global YouTube Minimap channel. So yeah, go to a YouTube channel. You will be able to see some funny game memes plus some street reviews. And then I also did a game review shorts last week. Yeah, like a couple days ago on Star Stuff. So go check that out too if you have a chance. I would really appreciate it. And subscribe and like. I always look for that. Okay, so that's it for my diary. Next we have, this was a request by a user asking, I would like to know, what is going on the Korean server of Minimap. So I really thought it was a good idea. So I'm just going to introduce you what has been happening in the Korean server. So meanwhile in Korea. So in Korean server is collaborating with Kiwi Walks, which is the dev of Which Spring R, and we are doing exclusive funding for Which Spring R. They're selling, some game merches, figurines, and stuff like that. Great event. I know it's a fun game and it's a very popular game, so they've been doing that in the Korean server, exclusive on Minimap. That's really good. And the second one is Metaphor Refantasio is doing a pre-order on Minimap 2. I think it is exclusive. I think it's either exclusive or almost exclusive. So I don't know if Korean users are listening to this, but if you're a Korean user, check that out too. And the Korean server also had a Steam Key giveaway event for a game called The Fall of Aether Station, which is a tower defense game happening in the space. And it is made by Jake from Nibble and Bites. He's one of my friends. So they had a fun giveaway event, and do not be disappointed because the global server will also have another one coming soon. This, and also for number 4, this is something that happened a few weeks ago, but I thought it would be interesting to let you guys know or mention it because I don't know, it was an interesting event. They had a Sangun National Competition. Sangun is a game. It's like a Korean version of Wordle, you can think of it. And what's more interesting is it is a game developed by Jeep Barnett. He's a good friend. Jeep Barnett is American, obviously, and he is in love with Korea. He loves the Korean language and all that stuff. So he made a Korean word game in Korean, played by Koreans. So a lot of Koreans were like all surprised that it was developed by an American developer. But yeah. And what's more interesting is Jeep is actually one of the starting developer for Portal series and Half-Life. So yeah, we did a live event where, whoever solves the puzzle first gets the prize and stuff like that. So it was really, really fun. We had an interview, Q&A session, like live Q&A session. And there are a lot of people participating. And it was really, really fun event. And I hope to have one of those in America too. Yeah. And Korean server also has their own own version of QOTD and poll. So I would like to tell you guys what their QOTD is. So the Korean QOTD is, are there any ideas for pop-up store? There have been a lot of pop-up stores, game-related pop-up stores here in Korea especially. I know it's very popular in like Japan too. I've been to the Faker one, the Faker Hall of Legend, I'm sorry. I know they have a lot of like Genshins and Nikkei, and I did one for or I visited one for Stellar Blade. You guys know that. So that was the question for a Korean server. And the poll for Korean server is the Korean version. In order to understand this poll, you have to know what Chobok is. Chobok is the Korean version of Dog Days, the hottest days of the year. And here in Korea, we divide that into 3 days. So like Chobok is the first one, Jungbok is the second one, and Malbok is the last one. So we have divided into 3 different dates, I guess. And during in that period, it is a tradition to eat something called samgyetang, and samgyetang is a chicken plus ginseng soup. And chicken and ginseng are considered, good for stamina, giving you energy type of food. So it's supposed to help you fight off the hot, steamy summer days. So the poll question was, did you have samgyetang on chobok? Chobok is the first day. I didn't. I used to do a lot, and I guess it's a way to market them because a lot of these restaurants that sell chicken, they'd be like, "Oh, it is chobok. You guys should come and eat chicken." Blah blah blah. I mean, they're good food. I mean, their food is food, but I didn't have enough time. I didn't have time to go outside and actually eat them. So yeah, those were the things that were happening in the Korean server. This week we don't have too many announcements. I did talk about this, the Steam Key event results. It was out last week, but I just wanted to tell you guys I was able to give the keys successfully and safely to all the 3 winners. And in that matter, what I need some ideas for next key giveaway event. I mean, I have some ideas, but I thought it could be more interesting if, it's like a user engaged event, because then you guys could have like great ideas. I mean, I'm one person versus all of you guys. So if you guys have any great ideas or, like games that might be good to be the prizes for these events, feel free to DM me on Discord or leave a comment, whatever, on this video. I'll consider it. I'm the one in charge, so I'll consider it. And be ready. It's coming soon. I'll be there soon. Yep, I think that wraps up the weekly news, Minimap weekly news for July week 3. Make sure you follow my account, CEM Dragon. Join our Discord, follow our Twitter account, Minimap Global, and keep your eyes open for fun events to participate and great or surprising and intriguing news. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel or TikTok and all that. Also, when I started this episode in the beginning, I played a short, kind of like a background music, but it was a royalty-free music that I just found online. So if you guys have any like ideas for that, I think it could be better to have music, because me just talking or blabbing could be boring sometimes. But at least like closing and opening background music would be awesome. I actually enjoy this time because I get to kind of wrap up my week too, like as I'm doing all these, not researching, but like reading through all these posts, going over stuff that happened on Minimap. I know like what I've been doing, what Minimap has been doing the whole week, and how you guys felt about it and stuff like that. And you guys have been giving wonderful responses and reactions to my own little chatting to the mic session, I guess. So I really, really do appreciate you guys' effort and listening and liking and all that. And I really appreciate you guys taking your game journey with us. If you guys have any questions, suggestions, ideas, do whatever you want to let us know. We'll make sure everyone's voices are heard. I hope everyone stays dry, because I won't be able to do that. Looking out the window, it is still raining. It's actually pouring. So I hope, wish me luck, that my umbrella doesn't have holes in them, so I can stay dry and get home dry. I will see you guys, or meet you guys, talk to you guys next week. Until then, hope everyone has a great, amazing, awesome, fascinating day. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.